Hey, Blake,
Hey, Andrew.
I have to be honest with you. I don't think I told you this before. While I did grow up as a sports fan, I've worked in a lot of, stadiums, arenas all over the place. I haven't been the most active follower of college sports really ever. So I really wasn't familiar with you when I first kind of got dropped your name, but I was in the early stages of planning CBP Connects. And I was looking for individuals local to Virginia who happened to have a unique background that could offer some sort of insight to our attendees. And I hate to tell you it like this, but Pharrell wasn't available. So a friend mentioned that there's this guy who's leaving the University of South Carolina to open a brewery in Chesapeake. And I knew I had to reach out, and it's been amazing getting to know you the past couple of months.
Yeah, likewise, Andrew. I thought it was great, kind of like blind. I think you shot me a note on LinkedIn. I think it was maybe.
LinkedIn of all places.
Yeah, and just kind of reached out, and it was great for me too because I'm back to a little fish in a big pond. After establishing myself for 15 years in the college athletics, sports industry, and everything, it's now starting from square one and building all those relationships. So it's been fantastic to get to know you and be a part of CBP. And I look forward to this opportunity to finally get a chance to give back after all of the giving and advice and help I've gotten so far through this awesome community, not only here in Virginia, but across the country.
And there's so much I'm excited to learn from you in this session. I'm excited to follow your journey as well, but we don't want to spoil so much that you're going to be presenting in February 2022 in Norfolk, Virginia. But first off, we've already given away that you're going to be opening a brewery in Chesapeake, Virginia. But
Yeah.
what have you done the past 15 years?
Yes. I graduated from University of South Carolina with a sport and entertainment management major. And, while undergrad, I was fortunate enough to be the mascot there, Cocky. And that gave me the opportunity to really see a lot of behind the scenes work with collegiate athletics in particular. I love the passion. I love the tradition. I loved the pageantry that went into college athletics. And I knew that that was the path I wanted to take in particular. So, my major led me over to finishing up an internship at Wake Forest University, where I spent 8 years in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where I also got to kind of expand upon my love for beer. Winston-Salem has a great beer community, Foothills being one of the first ones in town there, and it's just exploded and continues to. Got into the home brewing kind of realm there as well, and had a lot of fun there. And then the opportunity came along in 2017 to come back to my alma mater and work marketing for the University of South Carolina. And throughout those 15 years, it's been a lot of started in ticket office, selling tickets, ticket sales from there, and then mostly in marketing. So we're getting people to games and we're making sure that they have a great time while they're there. And that's everything from making sure that the Gamecocks are top of mind when people are looking for something to do in the community. And then when they get into the stadium, they have an absolute blast while they're there, win or lose, which is a big thing. And also had the opportunity to, while in Winston-Salem, outside of college athletics, working professional sports a little bit with minor league baseball with the Winston-Salem Dash. I go back and mention that because that was a huge part of where I got to today with game experience and how the customer experience is such a huge deal. They have a fantastic background in talking about the importance of everything that happens, win or lose on there. Their claim to fame, their mentors come from a little team in Dayton, Ohio, Dayton Dragons, which is a single A baseball team that holds the record in all of sports for most sellout games. And the reason they do that is not because they have multiple national or championships or anything like that. It's because they put on a darn good show for their fans and take care of them, whether that be in the concession stands, restrooms, on the field during in between innings. And I took a lot of that and have used it throughout my career to expand upon and make it an experience because I don't have control on what the Gamecocks are going to do and whether they're going to finish 2-12 or 2-8, or go to a bowl game and go to the college football playoffs. So I got to be able to be ready to take on any type of experience and want people to come back and be at the games no matter what.
No, I love it. And first off, I'm a little upset it took you 4 minutes to say the word experience. I know that's such an important word in your life. And I'm so excited to see you transfer what you take from college sports into the brewing world. And, I think there's so much craft beer can learn from other industries. And I'm always fascinated when I hear some skill or strategy that a brewery owner has taken from something completely outside of, their normal circle. And at the event, you're going to be leading the talk, stepping up to the plate, how sports marketing can help your brewery. And I love this so much. What can attendees expect from your session?
Yeah, there's a few things I want to touch on, and honestly, I hope I can fit it into the amount of time that we have, and I definitely want to leave time for everyone to ask as many questions. But first off, just identifying like who's this guy talking sports marketing, and why does he want to talk about my craft brewery? What are those similarities? For example, promotional events. We're both doing them, and whether it's at a men's basketball game or in your brewery, you're going to have different events like there. And I have some great models to take from there and expand and use at your brewery. Basically, another thing that I got from my colleagues called Promo 365, which basically takes your promotional event and thinks about it in every single way, shape, or form, and how that's going to, positively affect your event and make it the best it can be on every single avenue and channel. Also, just how the game experience and atmosphere applies to your brewery. A big part of what I did there, talking about fan experience and things that we took away from basically Dizzy, was the fan journey and all the touch points that your customer is going to face from when they leave their house to pulling into your parking lot, entering the door, sitting down, going to the bathroom, ordering a beer, all of those different touch points where you can make a difference. One thing that always struck chords with me is put so much effort into a game experience and making sure the fan has a great game day. And I want to portray that to them. But more often than not, the people that are really touching our fans and everything are the part-time temp working concessionaires. It's the people that our fans go up to buy a hot dog. And are we paying enough attention to training them? And you need to think about that obviously and keep that top of mind with your staff and everyone outside of you, because you're not going to be able to touch every single person that walks in that building. So, instances like that, basically. Also, marketing tools and objectives that have been successful in making sure that in the collegiate athletics world that can also be used in your brewery. I mean, things internally and externally, tools that I found that have been really helpful with really promoting yourself, your brand, what you're trying to do and accomplish. Because it's one thing to have a badass promo that you're really excited about, did all these decorations, and I'm going to do these funny, have this band come and all this stuff. But does anyone know about it? Have you taken the time to really put that message out there? Yeah, you have people come in your brewery and seeing your poster up on your wall, but is that enough? Are you satisfied with just that? Or do you want to really blow it out? And it's really easy to forget that portion and get all caught up in the details of the fun part, but you really need to take the time to make sure people know. And then also you're doing all those things to make sure people know about it. Well, are those things you're doing successful? How are you measuring success? How can you quantify everything that you're doing to make sure it's worth your time and that it's the most successful way to get your message across? And every market and every demographic that you're going at is going to have a different way that they need to hear that message. It's not always just like putting it on Instagram. There could be older markets. There could be different ways people just get their news, and be able to figure out ways that you can get that message out there, put them review back and say, all right, was that smart? Was it smart to spend that $1,000 on an ad in this certain publication? Did that pull through? Do I need to do that again or not? So those are, in a nutshell, the little areas that I'm hoping to focus on. Hopefully we can get through it in the amount of time we have together.
Well, even if we don't get through it in that hour, everybody's going to have the opportunity to come share a pint with you at the 3 nightly receptions as well. So there's going to be plenty of
Yes.
time to learn from one another, and I'm so excited for that. Really looking forward to your session. But I have to ask you one final question, Blake. So you're
Sure.
coming from the college sports world. You're a new brewery owner. Why are you excited for CBP Connects in February?
I think, again, touching on the relationships, I think is so huge. And one thing that I've absolutely loved so far, I'm very new into this whole game, but I've loved the camaraderie and the community, and it's not over competitive against each other, more so than everyone wanting to try and help each other out and learn. I'm coming in here very new on the brewing scene of things, and so I hope to take a lot away on that piece. But at the same time, I'm very excited to be with peers and be able to share things that I'm planning to do from a customer experience perspective and making your time at the brew pub the best it can be, because you're not going to be, everyone wants to make the best beer, and there's a lot of great beers out there to drink, and there's going to be a lot of people there that make great beers, but how are you going to kind of set yourself apart, and make a great experience at your brewery, at your tap house, at your brew pub? And so I'm hoping, I'm really excited to share all that with everyone there, and to, have a pint and laugh and everything, and share some war stories that some people have, and just I'm really excited that we put this together, and I hope it becomes a thing that goes on for a while. I think
And I'm
it's
very much looking
special.
forward to having you and learning from you and just having all of us connect with others in the industry together for 3 days. And, one last thing, 7 years ago, Chesapeake, Virginia was named the third most boring city by some, top 10 list that went out on the internet.
Really,
So I'm excited for you and Studley Brewing to make Chesapeake a little less boring. Hopefully you'll never be on that list again. But
I
Blake,
know. Gosh,
I'm
that's
sure
that's
we're gonna have a
crazy.
pint before February somewhere out in the cold by a fire pit or
Yeah.
something. But February is going to be a good time. I appreciate you taking the time, and we'll see you very soon. Cheers. Thanks
Thanks,
again.
Andrew. Cheers.